Hello and welcome. You're watching Happiest Health. Joining us today is Namratha Pramod, High Performance Analyst at the Sports Authority of India, Bengaluru. Welcome, Namratha. Thank you so much for joining us. My first question, of course, is when it comes to weight loss, people look for quick fixes, especially if there's an event coming up, a life event coming up. They look for losing weight immediately, but that's not consistent. You also see that they gain the weight that they have lost. What exactly is happening here?
Basically when we talk about athletes, when they are deciding any kind of a event or even recreational athletes as such, they come and reach out to us only at the end moment. This is also observed in the normal population where they have a life event like a marriage coming up, they want to lose 10-20 kgs. So usually what they do, they end up having some kind of a crash diets, which definitely do give them results, but it is only for a short time. Okay. But when you follow good nutrition on a longer period of time, these kind of a weight gain, weight loss does not happen very quickly. So you need to have sustained weight loss throughout, and scientifically it is not more than 4 kgs of weight loss per month that we usually advise the normal population and the athletes to go about.
Okay. So what are the top mistakes they might be making in this case?
I think if you can ask me top mistakes, one that really comes into mind is the protein part of it. Okay, anybody who is doing even a 45 minutes workout in the gym, they don't think about the intensity. They would like to carry a shaker which is fancy enough to have a whey protein into that shake and drink. But usually we say that doesn't work. That has to be along with the carbohydrate source, because carbohydrate should do the work of giving energy, and the protein needs to do the work of muscle building in the body. And scientifically we go by the ratio of 1:4. You'll be surprised when I say 1 is protein and 4 is carbohydrate.
And this is for all meals, or is it like a pre-workout, post-workout, mid-workout?
Particularly for a post-workout. When we look at recovery, this is the ratio that we say.
Okay. And what is the duration? So sometimes people say, eat something only after about an hour after your workout, or don't work out immediately after eating something. Give an hour's gap. What is the ideal time gap between a snack and workout, both pre and post?
When we talk about pre, there are two kinds. One, when you can have a whole meal and then go for your training or workout session, which ideally should be about 2.5 to 3 hours prior. You need to have a meal, and the meal can comprise of balanced nutrition, that is the carbohydrate, protein, fat and everything. But when you are looking for a pre-training snack as such, it should comprise of simple carbohydrate, which we say 15 to 20 minutes is a good enough time where the body gets sufficient time to digest. And usually we go by options of fruits, or somebody, even an athlete, coming and telling that I cannot have a fruit and do my workout, we say something like raisins or figs and dates, which are lesser in terms of quantity and give the same amount of energy. So this can be had. And post-workout, a simple peanut chicky, which is underrated, just because it's cheap in terms of price, okay, could be an ideal post-workout snack. And if you go by the higher economic status, it could be something like nuts and dry fruits, then fancier milkshakes and smoothies, and all of this can be good post-workout as such.
How long after?
This is ideally between 15 to 30 minutes. We say 15 minutes exactly, because that is what we call as a window of opportunity, where the muscle protein synthesis is at the highest and the absorption of the body is also at the highest.
Alright. Another important aspect that people seem to be confused about or sometimes ignore is water intake. Now, when you're working out, when you're practicing, or for sports or whatever for that matter, what is ideally the way to go about water intake?
If I can just put it in a nutshell, I would say we calculate the sweat rate analysis. Okay, for normal individuals, when I'm educating them in terms of sports nutrition, I would usually say if you lose about 1 kg during that particular session, you need to hydrate yourself with 1.5 liters of water. So that is a quick way to calculate how much weight they have lost and how much they are supposed to hydrate in a sports setup. And also coming back to the same thing, hydration, you cannot see a swimmer sweating, whereas swimmers also require enough hydration. So it's very important that they are hydrated so that the risk of injury is really little.
And during a workout, how does one go about drinking water?
That is why I said we do the sweat rate analysis as such. So we observe them throughout how much water they're drinking. For the next session, we do educate them. For example, if they're losing 1 kg and just drinking about 700 ml of water, so we would say this particular session you're supposed to add on 750 ml of water. So that they would do it.
That is during the workout, like at the gym.
And also post workout, because we don't stop sweating immediately after we stop the workout.
We hear about, don't gulp, sip your water.
We always say do a mouth rinse, because when you are working out at a very high intensity, you do have a dry throat. So immediately if you start gulping water, you have some kind of a pain in the chest. So that is why we say drink water, keep it in your mouth for about 3 to 5 seconds or do a gargle, and then only swallow the gulp of water.
Anybody who is going to go to the gym or start their workout or start some kind of sports, are there top 3 things that you want to remind them as they begin workout in terms of nutrition?
I think my first point would be consult a qualified nutritionist, because it's very, very important to know what you're getting into. And fitness is something like a journey. It doesn't start today and stop tomorrow. However, you do have a very short-term goal to lose just this amount of weight and then continue. It doesn't work like that. So always consult a qualified nutritionist. Do not do any kind of a crash diet. There's so many social media influencers who just lost like 20 kgs, becomes a nutritionist themselves. So check for the credentials and then only follow the diets. And third thing is, fitness is something that we have to do throughout. It's not that I start today, stop tomorrow, like I already mentioned. So half an hour, I think even Fit India says the same thing, half an hour of workout every day. So that is very important. And stay healthy, stay active.
Thank you so much for answering all those questions in such great detail and giving us the information. Thank you so much.